What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I seen the titles going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. Before we get in this video, I definitely would love if, I explained to y'all, on multiple videos, my last videos, to pray for, my buddy, I call him my Uncle Woody, as he's going, by the time y'all see this, he should be out of surgery. He had surgery today. He did tell me it's going to be a while. I know I mentioned, y'all didn't see that story. Make sure y'all go see that. I think this is my Tom Holman video. I explained, what's going on with him a little bit. And on top of that, he told me today, well, technically today, this is 1 o'clock in the morning right now, but basically it's the day before, in a way, his surgery. Y'all get what I'm saying. He had surgery in a few hours, I should say. As again, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning, and he told me, while we was fishing that he's nervous and, stuff like that. And, men, they don't really talk. They don't really explain a lot. They don't really say a lot when it comes down to a lot of things. I'm not trying to make this a thing, but, they don't. They truly don't. And I asked him, like, man, what's going on? And he really wouldn't talk about it. But I just asked that y'all, if y'all can possibly say, a prayer, a small prayer for my Uncle Woody, as he has this surgery. And I definitely pray this speedy recovery. He's talking about getting these bass tournaments and stuff like that. So definitely need him healthy. I am a beginner, but he is in fact a professional. I said this guy has been fishing for over 27 years. Pro. Definitely. I went up. I literally asked him, like, and I seen the guy, and I know we need to get in this video, but I seen the guy, and I want to make sure I got his name right. But I seen this dude, and I was like, I wonder if, I want to make sure I'm saying his name right. And I'm seeing this dude that's on my YouTube, right? I'm like, I wonder who this guy is. I wonder if Woody knows him. And I don't know if y'all know any of, fishing, bass fishing, anything like that, but I seen this dude because I watched this dude named Hood Fishing on YouTube. And then I seen a video of a guy named Scott Martin, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure his name is Scott Martin. And I was, obviously, just looking around. I asked with him, like, man, do you know him? Yeah, I know him. I know his whole family. I know this. And then from there, like, obviously I knew that he was, like, real serious with it. But I was like, dang, like, who did I just meet? Who did I just meet? And I could definitely tell even before that, just the things that he was teaching me and stuff like that. But, like, I don't know. He's just an amazing guy. Definitely old school, but an amazing guy when it comes down to it. And I definitely appreciate him. Just an amazing guy all around. I'm not even gonna lie. He taught me a lot within just a small amount of time of us, and that friendship. I guess you could say. But one thing about it, I definitely appreciate y'all. I've been seeing a lot of people with the prayers and stuff like that, and I definitely appreciate that. There's nobody that's been complaining about anything, even when I speak about it. So I definitely appreciate that too, because a lot of people say that I do talk a lot. But this is, rather serious within me. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know. I done told y'all before that I've had bad anxiety with even getting out of the house and stuff like that. And this guy's literally got me out the house like all the time, like going fishing and going here and going there. So I don't know. Need him up and healthy. Not gonna lie. Definitely need him. But y'all got it right here. Y'all see in the title. It's definitely wild. It says right here, this is moments, that, people learn that Kamala Harris, lost the 2024 election. I feel like so many people noticed it. So many people knew it was going to happen. But obviously, there's a lot of individuals that didn't. that thought she was going to win, I guess. Check it out.
It'll help a lot of people. And you write very warmly about your relationship with former Vice President Kamala Harris and her husband, Doug Emhoff. Now, she also wrote a book, 107 Days, that I read, and I understand you have not read it.
No.
But in her book, she alludes to a much more fractured relationship between the Bidens and the Emhoffs. She writes that your family asked if she and Doug were loyal to your family. And she wrote that her husband, Doug, said, they hide you away for 4 years, give you impossible bleep jobs, don't correct the record when those tasks are mischaracterized, never fight back when you're attacked, never praise your accomplishments. And then, he added, and still, they have to ask if we're loyal. Yeah. How do you respond to that?
I never saw that. I never felt that way with Kamala and Doug. I thought we were a great team. Joe.
You look shocked.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know. We were a team, and that July 4th that we were together, it was like we were saying to America.
I don't know. Me personally, I feel like it's just more so of excuses to make them look bad off of decisions that she made. Me personally. I feel like she's doing that because of how bad she lost. So she's putting the blame on everybody else and not her. Kamala, like said, and just like Joe said in many interviews, that just as he's made decisions and this, that, and the other, Kamala was right there with him, making those same decisions and doing this and doing that. So a lot of the things that she's saying, a lot of the things that that she's even wrote about, that people have said that she did, because I didn't read the book. It's more so of putting the blame on other people because of how that campaign went and how the election went, honestly.
Hey, we are the team. It is Joe and Kamala. We are together. And so I feel, Joe chose her. And for Doug to feel that way, I really am surprised. When you read my book,
yeah.
I talk about Doug. I love that he went into teaching. We talk about it all the time. We traveled together.
Yeah.
We had so many laughs together. And so that kind of surprises me.
Yeah.
On Vice President Harris, do you think that she could have won if she had had more time in the race?
I thought she was going to win. I mean, I went out there and I campaigned for her all over the country.
No way. She's saying that because of the audience and because Sonny's right there. There is no way she just said that.
Do you think the abbreviated timeline may have made it too big of a task?
No, she was up to the job. Otherwise, why would Joe give her, say, here, Kamala? I mean, she was up to it. Otherwise, why would she run for president if she didn't feel she was?
I'm going to tell you why Joe said, here, Kamala. First of all, Joe didn't say, here, Kamala. Other individuals did because of Joe Biden's health. Not only was it supposedly Joe Biden's health, it's because they seen that people reacted in that way. They seen how bad it was. They seen that people noticed. Y'all know what I'm saying when I say they. They literally seen that. They seen so many people notice, like, no, we can't do that. No, they're going to have to figure out something else. Who do you have right there? Kamala. I don't believe that.
It's up to it.
She was up to it.
And she was up to it. And the day after, I went to bed assuming she would win. The day after, I'm downstairs. I taught. So I'm there early. I'm feeding Willow. And my phone rings like 5, 6 in the morning. Did you see the results? And just at that moment, I knew. And I ran into the bedroom and I woke Joe up and I'm like, Joe, why didn't you tell me this? Why didn't you wake me up? And he said, yes, she lost. And I was shocked. I saw the enthusiasm. I was out on the road for her. The excitement. We all saw the big crowd.
Words that Donald Trump never said. I lost when Joe Biden won.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah. That's exactly.
And can I ask, do you think she should run again in 2028?
That's up to Kamala.
I'm not even going to say anything.
That's up to Kamala.
And it's you, babe. So let's talk about
Okay.
the space formerly known as the East Wing.
2028.
That's up to Kamala.
Yeah.
That's up to Kamala.
And it's you, babe. So let's talk about
I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. Kamala running 2020. Me personally, even if she does, and like I said before, and I stand on this, what I say. Y'all can believe me. Y'all ain't gotta believe me. Me personally, I know for a fact it will most likely be worse than her campaign, like her first campaign. I know for a fact it would be worse. Look at all the money. They talk about President Trump and his money and the money that he. I'm telling y'all, the things that she did, very much so uncalled for. She got used more than anything.
About the space formerly known as the East Wing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you worked as First Lady in the East Wing. You decorated it so beautifully for so many different events with my friend Carlos Elizondo, who was your social secretary. But so you worked in the East Wing of the White House, which has since been demolished to make way for a new $1 billion, now I think it's $1.5 billion ballroom. So as somebody who knows the building, you've lived in that space, what are your actual feelings? Like, what are you feeling personally and as an American, as somebody who's
Because isn't that the
walked
First
that
Lady's
space?
office?
That is the
space?
First Lady's office space, and
That says a lot about him, don't it?
But it's also where we walked in for the Christmas
that's when,
parties.
you know, I love the East Wing. I mean, that's where I worked every day, and it's where Americans walk, or anybody walks in. That's the entrance.
Yeah.
And you walk in and you feel this excitement. You're with your family. You're taking pictures.
It's beautiful.
You walk down the hallway, and I hung art from military families to say, hey, military families are so important to our administration as a military family ourselves. Then I took all the old pictures of the older men presidents and that were hanging there for 50 years or whatever. And I replaced it by First Ladies that everybody knew. So you walk down the hall and you said, hey, Hillary, hey, Laura. You know, you would recognize who was there. Hey,
Hillary.
Michelle.
Yeah.
And then I changed the tour so that the tour became interactive. You know, I'm a teacher, and we learned through all of our senses. So you could feel the marble. You could hear FDR's voice.
Yes.
The pictures changed, you know. So I didn't want kids walking in the White House looking at their phone. Put that phone down and interact with what's in the White House. And that was important
but
to me.
I know you're a little, you're repressed about your feelings. You write about that in the book. I'm asking you, how do you feel?
I'm heartbroken.
I'm angry.
Heartbroken.
I'm angry.
All right.
But where does anger get you?
Exactly.
I don't know, but it feels good.
Exactly. Where does anger get you? And that just goes to show you, even though I don't agree with honestly anything with what Joe Biden has to offer, but being honest, that just goes to show y'all, having people that obviously support the level, where is that going to get you? That literally just goes to show you. Anna Navarro literally just went and basically just told on herself and her party. Because that's literally all you get is anger. You literally have that inciting violence and that bad talk and this, that, and the other, and they wonder why so many bad things happen. I'm telling y'all, it's sickening.
And Dr. Biden, I do want to ask, because as I said, this is a great book. This is a great political memoir, but there are Democrats within the party who are saying now is not the time. It's putting relitigating 2024 back in the headlines. The debate around your president, if he should have gotten out, when he should have, when Democrats are really trying to hone their message ahead of the midterms. What do you say to those criticisms?
I say, read my book.
Yeah.
It's one chapter in 35 chapters. My book is about me, my reflections as First Lady, my reflections as a teacher, what I went through to plan state dinners or all the events that we had, the teacher's state dinner, our time at Camp David. It's my reflections of what I did as I traveled around this country and met so many amazing Americans and their families. It's my book. It's not this political comment on what happened. It's my reflection of 4 years, not one moment in time, 4 years.
Yeah. And it's yours.
And it's mine.
You're right.
Let me explain something to y'all. Regardless with whatever. I truly love the simple fact that I truly feel you dodged a bullet. And I say that because you seen just how that administration did. I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. It just goes to show you that Jill had more so control with things that was going on. And she was definitely a part of, and I'm not gonna completely say this, but me personally, when it come down to Joe Biden, she was definitely a part of that, of taking it to his limits. And it's definitely sickening of that. And when I feel like if people didn't see and he didn't do that debate, or people didn't really see how Joe Biden was, I feel like it would have definitely took I ain't gonna say, because I definitely feel like President Trump was still, he would have won. But I don't know. If anything, I don't feel like Kamala would have had that chance on with doing that. But they seen how people reacted. They seen, a lot of memes, a lot of videos, and I don't know. Y'all let me know your comments and thoughts down below. Like I said, I definitely appreciate y'all. Much love to everybody. Stay tuned for more videos. I don't know if y'all don't know, but Carmelo trial has started. If y'all don't know who Carmelo Anthony is, y'all definitely should go check it out, or just stay tuned for more videos of me dropping. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.